No one chooses addiction. It's a complex health condition. And when people have other health conditions, we show up. We help out. Addiction is no different. Make the connection, have the conversation, stop the stigma.
Joining us now is the owner of the BC Lions, Mr. Amar Doman. They're off to play for the CFL West Division in Winnipeg on Sunday. How you doing, Amar?
I'm well. Thanks for having me, guys.
Have you recovered from Sunday?
Yeah, you know what? Just still, it's a euphoric feeling for sure, and it's feeling good this week to say we're in the Western Finals. If you had thought that a year ago, finishing 5-9, I'm not sure any of us would have predicted this. This is great.
Is there a particular part of this whole season that you're most proud of, on field, off field, whatever?
You know, really the team and also the community coming back and supporting the BC Lions, as we've been trying to engineer and really invest in. It's coming together, and I think it came together really well. There was such a feel-good atmosphere going on Sunday going into that game, and it looked like, hey, it was going to be a very close game. Calgary strong, and the fans really helped make the difference, as did the team and the coaching staff, of course, but it all connected Sunday.
How did it feel to be able to send your fans out on a day like that, in a game like that, for the 2022 home schedule?
You can't predict better. I was just as happy as anyone else. Even the counting, the last 2 minutes, you're still worried. They bring in Bo Levi, they start to light it up, and we just kept coming back. It was one of those games where we were just the better team that day, and we sent the fans into the streets that day, feeling really good. Everybody was happy. Sunday afternoon, it was just absolutely perfect. I don't think you can script it better.
What can you say about Nathan Rourke, not just the first half of the season he had, but working so hard to battle back and be able to play like that Sunday with, let's face it, still a foot that's not 100%.
Yeah, he's certainly working hard at that, and it just shows the caliber and class of Nathan Rourke and what he brings to this organization. It's an X factor that's hard to put in place, but when he's on the field, he's the general, and it just feels like there's a bit of a different vibe there. And, we do have a ton of quality players, both sides, offense and defense, but he's got that X factor, and he wants a championship.
Were you ever worried that a Canadian quarterback wouldn't get the respect maybe of the room? I mean, it sounded pie in the sky to think he could be a star, even with his credentials from south of the border in college. And yet here we have a room that has completely bought into the point of maybe hyperbole and nicknaming him by, Nate Brady, with a reference to Tom. I mean, the storyline, I think it defies what I thought it might look like in today's CFL.
Yeah, it does. And I know that, I think sometimes he's tired of hearing, it's Canadian. Look, yeah. It's a football game. Wherever you're born, you're a good player, you're not. But certainly he's lighting it up. He's putting numbers on, even, being a little bit, coming out of the injury here. He just still has that star quality about him. And he's a very serious guy. And he's got one focus, and that's a Grey Cup. And he's brought that to the locker room. So I think he deserves all the accolades he's getting. I think he'll continue to build that. We're not thinking anything else except he's going to be around, and that's how we have to think.
What do you think drove the appetite for tickets on some? Besides just the fact it was the first postseason game in 6 years, did you think you connected on a deeper level with the market Sunday?
Yeah, I think we have. And also we did a lot of promotion. The team did a great job, being the management team, the dance team out in the communities, rallying the kids. And it was nice because there was no, big star power for this. This was people showing up to watch this football game. And a lot of people that I know that hadn't come to some of the games this year that I was hoping they would, they just wanted to show up to this one. And of course, being the first playoff game in 6 years does matter. But certainly people came from all angles, all over the place. And we did start to invest in, as you saw, Vancouver Island, Kamloops, Kelowna, bringing people down, and that really helped as well. And hopefully next year we can carry more of that on and get more of British Columbia at the game. But I couldn't have asked for more from an ownership level.
Well, you were musing about 40 though late last week, and it came in at 30. What square that for me?
Well, almost 32, and you know what? That's almost twice Rogers Arena, so we'll take that. So we got a big building to fill there. So I don't want to talk about what we didn't fill. We really did a great job. 32,000 is a big number for BC Place. One of the largest attendance of the year, I think, besides our opener. It was real close to that. And it's just nice having the upper bowl open. And by the way, look, we got what we wanted, which was drowning out Jake. And the snap counts were messed up. that's when this community comes together. And I'll tell you what, we need more of that as we head into 2023.
Well, and
Everybody-
Amar, we were wondering, I mean, if it isn't snowing or pouring rain, what the walk-up might have been like on Sunday. Do you think the weather affected walk-up Sunday?
Maybe a little bit, but I think people had a lot of opportunity to get in there. Things were well priced, and we did have a pretty good walk-up day, even despite the messy weather out there. But I'm glad everyone had a dress warm to go in there because it was freaking cold inside BC Place.
How proud of you are you of your staff? Because everybody knows the CFL team doesn't have the an NFL sized staff to make it all happen. You guys got dealt some curveballs from Mother Nature with regards to the ferries being canceled, and you bring in the buses in, and yet it seemed to all be smoothed over, and you guys got it all settled down, made sure that people got there. Not bad from the staff that you've got working on all these files.
Yeah, no, they're first class. They're committed, and the staff's just as excited about the role we're on. But certainly, their direct involvement, us sprinkling ideas to them running with it and executing, and really getting the vibe back in BC. It just feels different. The Lions feel different. It was great to see the gunmetal grays again. That is something cool, and maybe a hint into next year what's going on. So I really think that we've got a bunch of things that are coming together at the right time, not just for 1 year or 2 years, for the next number of years. And that staff is just absolutely critical. They're first class, and it's a pleasure to work with them.
This season's not over for you yet, but who knows when we'll talk to you next. Has this gone about as well as you would have hoped, all things considered?
No, there's no question. It really has. I think the team on the field, the management team, everything is in place. They're working hard. There's a good vibe in that locker room. We were talking about the locker room a minute ago, just offline. I mean, that locker room is a true team. So, whatever happens in Winnipeg this weekend, we're going to have a good shot. Win or lose, we've had a great season. But I think we're going to go further here, and I believe in this team and how hard they're going to work to get it done. But I can't thank you guys enough in the support of British Columbia, and really just our first year as you look at it. We've only been around 15 months, and the COVID year was different. But here we are in our first real strong year here, and I want to thank everybody for coming out and supporting, and let's keep building this thing back.
So you like your chances Sunday? That's what I'm hearing.
You have to, and I don't think anyone thought we would handle Calgary like we did. We almost held them to 3 field goals, and that's saying something. Shut the run game down. And again, I believe in our coaching staff and our players to execute, and what playbook they're going to bring to Winnipeg is a well-oiled machine. Everyone favors them to win everything, and they have, since game 1, week 1. But here we are. And I like that we're going to compete hard Sunday, and I'm hoping we come out of there with a W and take this right to the finals.
Well, best of luck, Amar. Thank you for the time here today and all year. Appreciate that, sir. And we look forward to seeing where this Lions team can go this year and where your ownership of this franchise can go in future years. Thank you.
Thanks. Keep up the great work, guys.